Hey guys, it's your girl Absolute ShayShay here, and I wanted to welcome you to my YouTube channel. You got a YouTube channel?
Yes.
I have a YouTube channel.
Oh, I didn't know.
And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell.
Why should we subscribe?
You know why?
Girl, I don't know why.
You know why?
Can you tell us? Why?
So you never miss any of my stories. Today, we have an epic story. No, it ain't gonna be a nursery story. No, we ain't got time for that. So, without further ado, let's get into this story. It's a juicy one. Hey guys, let's jump into this video. I don't know if it's only at my house, but have you guys ever, gotten up on a Saturday morning and you guys said, oh my God, I gotta have me some cereal, some Captain Crunch, some, one of them other sugary breakfasts, over here. And be like, I ain't got no milk. Like, I need milk for my cereal. Well, this is one of them. I was about like 3 or 4 when this happened. After that, we never not had milk. My parents made sure we had milk for this incident not to happen again. But yes, so I couldn't just hop in the car and say, I'm gonna go get me some milk, because your girl couldn't drive at that time. They wasn't issuing out, driver's license at 3 or 4. So I couldn't get the milk. But let's start off. It was Saturday morning, a cartoon Saturday morning. I was 3 or 4, child. We were all about them cartoons on Saturday mornings. Yes. And your girl woke up and she's like, I want some cereal. At the time I had this small little teddy bear. It was just the 2 of us. We were going to watch some cartoons. And I was able to go and get my bowl and pour out my little cereal. At the time I didn't really care if I poured the milk first or the cereal first. Because, again, I was little.
Okay.
But yeah, I go and I pour out my cereal. And I open the refrigerator. And it was crickets. No milk. And I'm like, what the hell am I going to do? I need my milk. So I run back to the living room to go tell my Teddy, hey, Teddy, guess what? We ain't got no milk. We can't have cereal while we watch cartoons for this Saturday morning. I don't know. So I'm like, Teddy, we got to come up with a plan. We got to come up with a plan because we need the cereal. And so this is how this, I almost could have been kidnapped, started. So yeah. And so I woke up, girl, it was Saturday morning. Ain't nobody, put on no clothes. I had on a nightie. Them long dress nighties. Yes, I was rocking my little nighties and stuff. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking. But we didn't live too far from Winn-Dixie. And at the time, this was the early 90s. It was Winn-Dixie everywhere. Just like we have Walmart now. It was at the time, Winn-Dixie was what everybody shopped at. And where we stayed at, we had a Winn-Dixie. I think it was about like less than 0.2 miles away from us. That's how close the Winn-Dixie was. So, and we were always, we had to go shopping there all the time. So I knew where the Winn-Dixie was. And so your girl came up with a brilliant plan. Yes. If you thought about it, that's what I did.
She did.
Yeah. We put on our little flip-flops and we were going to Winn-Dixie. Literally, we were going to Winn-Dixie. So, I took my little Teddy with me. Yeah, he had to come with me. But then as I walked out the door, I realized, how am I going to carry Teddy with milk? It's going to be too heavy. I got to use both hands. And I can't leave Teddy. But I wasn't going back in the house. No, I wasn't. This is how this happened. We had this little old lady that lived across the street from, literally, she was this, white little old lady, with a little cane. I guess she was watering her garden or whatnot, or grass. You know, we don't do that. But yes. And I walked outside, I saw her, and she was like, oh, where are you going? I gotta go get milk. I had to go to the grocery store. Yes. So I told the little old lady, I said, hey, can you watch my teddy for me? I will be back for my teddy. I need to go to the store and get milk, and on my way back, I'll get my teddy from you. And she was like, sure. I was a little girl. A baby. And this old lady decided to say, sure, she's going to hold on to my teddy bear as I go get milk at the store. People with common sense would have been like, I got milk. Let me get it for you. You don't have to go to the store. No, she let me go on my merry little way. So she held on to my teddy as I went down the street, and we were like 3 houses from it. There's like this intersection light, and I made it down there, crossed the street, you know, pressed a little button to, you know, say I was safe for me to cross the street. Yeah, I was smart then, you know, kind of was able to cross the street on my own, look both ways.
Okay.
Safety first. So yes, and I proceeded to walk down the street to go to Winn-Dixie. I was on a mission. I didn't even tell you the good part. Before I left, I remember I had to bring money with me. Yes. Your girl took 5 cents. A nickel.
A nickel?
Yes, I understand.
A nickel?
Things weren't expensive back in the day. But I wasn't going nowhere with no 5 cents. They weren't going to let me walk out the store with no milk with 5 cents. Milk still wasn't that cheap, you know. But yeah, I took 5 cents with me because I'm like, I got to go get me some milk. And I got to come back before my parents realized I was gone. Yes, my parents didn't have the time. I thought my parents didn't even know I had left. So yes, I made it. I walked down there, and I was walking into Winn-Dixie when out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere, this little Hispanic little guy came and said, you got to stop. And he wasn't no security guard. They didn't have no security guard at the time. You know, he wasn't like, you know, them, like you, when you walk into Walmart, you be seeing them patrol cars driving around. No, he wasn't, no, none of that. What I did know was that as I had already left, my parents realized I was gone. You know, I was that loud child. I was that one wild little child. You know I'm here. And when the house is quiet, you better go and figure out where the heck I went. Because I'm never quiet. Literally, I'm never quiet. And so, yes, my parents realized I'm not in the house. So, I have island parents. My mom was hysterical. Yes, she was all about that. She was like, we got to find her. I don't know where she went, but we got to find her. Because that's all I have. So, yes, my parents got up. We had our neighbors were also island people. So, my parents ran and said, hey, look, have you guys seen this little girl? You know, did anybody spot her? And apparently, they hadn't seen me either. So, they're like, no, I don't know where she went. What do you mean she's not in the house? My mom was like, she ain't in the house. What do you mean? I searched the house. She's not there. So, yes. And in the corner of my mama's eye, she done seen a little old lady outside. She's like, maybe the old lady done seen her. And she's kind of spotted. I'm like, oh, the old lady did definitely see her because I see the little teddy bear. She never leaves the house without. So, my mama ran to the old lady and kind of was like, yo, old lady, did you see this little girl? She about like, yay high, you know, with a little natty on. And the old lady's like, yes, I saw the little girl. You know, she's a cute little thing. She gave me to hold her teddy. She's going to go to the store to get some milk. And my mama looked at her like, and you did nothing? Like, you didn't come and call her parents? What do you mean? You just let her go? I was like, yeah, she went down the street and turned the corner. So, now my mom's even worse because it's like, what you good for? I'm like, you supposed to say no. Like, stop this little girl. You don't let her go on her own. What if a car hit her? So now my mama's running down the street. You know, my mom, my dad, and they got a crowd now. You know, there are about 6 of them, you know, together trying to look for me. For me. Yes. And so now they go run down the street. They're heading towards Winn-Dixie. And I don't know, this was probably a good Samaritan or whatnot. I guess. Or an angel of God. But it was these 2 Hispanic guys driving down, and, you know, my mom is kind of like, you know, over the top at this time. You know, she's all over the place. Her hands is in the hair and all that stuff. And I guess they figured out, you know, there's something wrong. She's in distress. So they pull over and they're like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And, you know, my mom's trying to explain it. My dad's with her, and my dad's like, okay, I'll explain it. My dad's like, you know, we're looking for this little girl. She took off, and it looks like, you know, she's going to the store or something. And so one of the gentlemen said, all right, I'm going to stay with you guys. And the other one hopped in the car and said, okay, I'm going to go and see if I can find her. And so he hopped in the car, and he drove to Winn-Dixie. Literally, it wasn't that far. And by the time he got there, this guy came, and he told me, he said, yo, you know, we got to wait for your parents. And I'm like, my parents don't know I'm out. So what do you mean we got to wait for my parents? I got to get this stuff and go back. And he's like, no, your parents are coming. You got to wait for them. And so out of the, you know, corner of my eye, I'm like, I'm fighting with this man. I'm like, you got to let me go. I'm like throwing punches. I'm like, I'm about ready to bite this man because I got to get my milk so I can make it back and go, you know, go sit and watch my cartoons. And he was interrupting that. Like, literally, he was interrupting me. And I was like, as I'm fighting this man, I see my parents rolling up. You know, they walking fast, and my mom is like, you know, all over the world. Like, she is like, I'm thinking I'm going to get my ass beat. Like, literally, I thought I was going to get my butt whooped. And at the time, my parents believed in butt whoopings. Until I started getting older, you know, that stopped. But yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, this man done, I didn't get my milk. What am I going to do? And so my mom was like running up to me, was like, what were you thinking? What's going on? Like, and I'm like, Ma, I don't know. I needed some milk. You see, I brought my 5 cents to buy my milk. And my mom was like, really? You couldn't just wake us up and tell us you needed some milk? We have canned milk. And I was like, I don't want canned milk. I don't like the taste of it. I want gallon milk. And my mom was like, all right, fine. But I'm like, you know, so my dad ended up walking into the store with me, and we ended up getting the milk because I was not going back home without the milk. So I walked in, and I'm like, my dad got the milk and all that stuff, and I handed the lady a little 5 cents, and she's like, oh, you're so cute. My dad's like, yeah, you just don't understand why we had to be here. She literally tried to run away. Could have got herself kidnapped. But yes, honestly, that. But if it wasn't for that man, I would have got my milk. Probably would have went to jail too for bringing 5 cents. You know, they would have laughed at me. They would have laughed at me. Really. Because what you gonna buy with 5 cents? Nothing. Nothing at all. So yeah. And so, you know, we went back home, and I was like, whatever, we got back home, got my cereal, and later on that after, I almost did the same thing again. But this time, because I had found like a 10 cents to add on, I was like, you know, I could get some other stuff. But my dad was like, you know, no, you too much for us. You too much for us. So yeah, child, when I tell you, and guess what? This story in our family, you hear it all the time. You hear it all the time. Because my mom decides to tell these people this miraculous story whenever somebody's having a baby. Yes, whenever somebody's having a baby, my mom tells this story. Your family, your friends, you hear this story. So yeah, I was like, why'd I share it with my YouTube fam? So yes, thank you for joining us. And again, have you not hit the subscribe button?
I forgot.
Go on and subscribe.
Okay.
Don't forget to like this video and comment down below what you guys thought of this. But yes, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.